All right, welcome back to the Battle of Sexes, where we argue and debate over different topics. So, with all that said, let's go.
Do you feel like men target larger women for stability and financial gain?
Yes, let's talk about
So
it.
is it safe to say that a man will target a larger woman for stability and to use them financially?
From what I've heard, they said that larger women they take more, they deal with more. They like to almost take care of a man. They will cook for you. They
Is
will
it
clean
because
for
they have
you.
to?
I don't think it's because they have to. I think sometimes it's because they feel like their options are limited.
So what do you mean because they have to? What did you mean by that? What do you mean? So because a woman is a larger woman, she has to spend money on a man?
Compensate. Because if you are less desirable in certain areas, you have to compensate in certain areas. There are certain areas I might not be phenomenal in that I will compensate in other areas. If I was obese, I would absolutely be compensating in all areas I could.
Okay.
Some men
To get
like
the best
larger
man that
women.
I could being obese.
Some men like larger women.
Sure.
And I do
The ones out
believe
of jail. The ones fresh out of jail.
no.
Oh, wow.
What y'all got? What y'all got? Y'all agree, disagree? What you got?
She wrong.
I think that larger women gonna cook for you because they cooking for themselves, so
I agree
they
with
don't
that.
have no problem, you know, cooking up a meal for you. But as far as to take care, it's like, who are these dudes, man? I mean, it's like, yeah. My thing with larger women was always more of a they were easier.
You got to expand off that. They were easier.
But they
Oh,
were
okay,
kind,
all
but
right.
they were
How
kind of
was it
Okay.
saying
easier?
that. But the basis was why.
Yeah, why?
Oh, here's
Why was it?
all right. Yeah, if it was a slow night and I was out and I've been striking out all night, then you might target a larger woman just to, have some takeout that evening. But as far as I don't need her to take care of me I do
Oh
enjoy the
God.
food sometimes. But yeah, sometimes that's all you got left. When the lights come on and you're like, ah, shit, I ain't done nothing. You might have to go ahead and go after a larger jump.
But why?
Because I want to fulfill some grenadal desires.
Would it be the man's insecurity?
Ooh.
Nah, I ain't insecure at all. I just
No,
struck
I
out all
think
night.
just even based on his feedback, it sounds like it's more of like an instant gratification thing. Like it's
Yeah, that's it. I like that. Instant gratification. I had a rough night out here. Nobody was with it. So you gotta sometimes they're just easier picking. You gotta find a limper if you on the Serengeti and you a lion. You can't always get the healthiest wildebeest. Sometimes you gotta get a limper. And a lot of times they be limpers. So it's all good. Shout out to the big jumps.
Hey, what y'all ladies got before we get Bino, whoever? Come on, man. What y'all got, man?
Ooh.
What you got, Boogie? What you think?
Man, I think they can be targeted in a way sometimes because they're thought to be easier or low self-esteem. So maybe they will at times put up with more. And as Mac was so eloquently saying, uh, a
Take that word out.
lion, you look for the weakest in the pack. If you're hungry and you just, sometimes that biological urge, a man might look at that as like, hey, this is easier prey, if you will. That's why they say they're preyed upon. So, I mean, I can't speak from their perspective. I can just tell you, like, yeah, I've heard scenarios also where women might say they feel like a guy is only calling them after 10 p.m. He don't want to be out in the streets and be seen with them, but they're good enough to come fall through for, a late night session, shit like that. So it's kind of the same thing, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. What you ladies got?
I think some men just like big women. My brother
Me
loves.
too.
I know some men that don't date smaller, won't marry, won't date smaller women.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. I've
Boy, the
seen that a
women
lot.
are silent on this one. I ain't never
Yeah,
heard them not have no
Well,
jumping in
because,
immediately.
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
Well, you said go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, like, in a way, I mean, I've never really been big, so I can't really, but I'm not big and I still cook and clean and do all of that. Um, I can say that my uncle, he's a really, really skinny guy, and I feel like really, really skinny men like the big ones.
That
And
is weird.
he's been in and out of, I ain't gonna, my uncle, he alcoholic, so he been in and out of jail. He done married like 4 of them, and I think he's divorced from all of them, y'all. This is one of them family members that we all got somebody that's off. So I could use my uncle as an example. Like, I've never seen him with anybody small. I think the last time I seen him with somebody small was his last baby mama, and that was 21 years ago. So I don't know. But I do agree. I do feel like dudes from jail, they get big women. I've seen that too. I don't really know why, but I do feel like a lot of skinny dudes like big girls. Like, they be really skinny. So I don't know if it's a fetish thing. I don't know if it's I know she gonna suck the meat off the bones, and she gonna suck the meat off the, I don't know.
So even though you've never been big, you have probably a wide variety of females that you know in your life, whether it be friends that you hung out with, family members, etc. You don't have any like
Big brick friends.
anecdotal information that you overhear through like just yeah, there's more bigger women in the world than smaller ones. So just by the numbers, if you got family and friends and people you hung out with and went to school, you had to have associated with some of the larger size women and maybe heard their plight.
Well, like I said, I've seen like a lot of, at least my side of the family that lives in Baltimore, or smaller guys, they are with big women, and that's all. That's always, I mean, at least for the skinny guys in my family, that's what I've seen. And I mean, I guess it's working
A
out.
lot of times, big women are funny though. It's not just about how they look and their size and their weight. A lot
And
of times, big women are fun.
I mean, and what do you describe as big? Because some people's thick could be big. I mean, now
That's
we
Yeah,
another
know
conversation.
what big is.
I
No,
mean,
we
we're
talk. We
talking
talk.
Another conversation.
We
well,
talking about
I just want
big.
to say
Go ahead. What's
something.
up, G? What you got?
Yeah. So I do definitely think that there are a lot of guys out there, like the guys were saying, like they think that they're the weaker, or like there is an easy target, right?
yeah,
But at the same time, I gotta say, I do know guys that do like larger ladies. And
yeah. It's true.
and nowadays, and I can say this is the truth, because nowadays a lot of larger women these days, they embrace who they are. They
Yep.
don't care how big they are, or they're like Calvin is saying, they're fun and they're smart, and they
Yeah.
just own this. They're not. This is different. Like it is evolving. I think over the years, people is now accepting more the way they are, and it
Yep.
don't matter, because I know wonderful, smart, successful ladies that are larger and they're proud of who they are.
And I think
Yep.
he is
So
absolutely
guys do,
right.
and I have, and I
I
know
think
guys that like larger ladies, and they fall in love with that kind of personality, ladies that are successful and they embrace themselves, they're beautiful, and regardless of their size, they're just like gorgeous and take care of themselves.
no, but G, you're
Uh,
right. You're
yeah,
right. I've done
yeah,
I've done a lot of modeling and a lot of fashion shows, and I could tell you off top some of the most confident
yes.
out there taking like even before the little skinny girls,
Mm-hmm.
all the big
Who
girls.
was the plus size
Yes,
model?
yes. It's
Takara from
revolutionary,
American
and
Next
I
Top
love it.
Model.
Yeah, and they don't the confidence is there. They're like you said, more fun. I mean obviously it's a generalization,
Yeah.
but it's
Right.
just it's different.
Yeah, I think there's a big misunderstanding though. I think these guys are the wicked ones. They think that they're just, oh, well, that's an easy target, because they think that they're like, less confident on themselves, like the self-esteem is low, and but I think they're the ones with a bigger problem. So I do think that happens. A lot, like they were saying, that guys target larger ladies because they think they're like just an easy,
Trust me, there are easier targets. I'm not even. That's not
Yes,
even.
yes.
They
But
are.
at the same time, I think that there's definitely guys that love the big ladies because
That's true.
they're
The
wonderful.
older I get, the less I like them now. It's like you're gonna be like that forever if you're, young. But yeah, the older I got, the less big ladies that I don't like big ladies so much.
Yeah, yeah. And I understand. I mean, because it has to do with health. The older we get, the more cautious we are, whenever
Yeah.
somebody that is
And they
healthy.
get that, and their triceps start to hang. Once your tries start hanging, that's when you're like too. That's too much. We gotta cut back.
Okay. Oh
I wish
boy.
I could. I wish I.
Listen,
I wish I
listen.
look. I wish I could blank out screens for like 2 like. I wish we had a timeout button on Calvino. We would put you on timeout.
Take your phone.
I'm
Take your
saying the
phone.
triceps, Joe.
No,
That's
you
the
gotta
that's the classic Joe. Like, oh my God, what's up with the tries,
like
baby? You
who?
gotta do
No,
something
you on
about that
timeout for
shit.
2 minutes.
I'm in the penalty box.
Yes, no more.
Camino, put your phone down ASAP.
So
But
even
y'all don't know
though
what I mean. None of y'all got triceps like that. That's why.
Put your phone down.
so you
Just go
don't
to the
think
bathroom.
so this is a question more to the ladies. You don't think that even now with the more body positivity kind of mindset that people promote in society that larger women are not at a less of a pick for men in general? You think that they're on even footing with a more fit or petite woman?
You got to define what larger women are. I think that's the biggest issue because when you look at all these women that's going to get these butt shots and these boobs done, they're trying to be thick like some. So what are we defining as larger women? Are we
A lot of gut. It's called titty do. Your guts stick out more than your titty do.
So that's good to know what y'all are defining as larger women.
That's
Okay, so
also
I get it
known
with
as
the stomach, the big gut.
Booty
Okay,
boo.
that's known as the fupa.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
Yeah,
fupa.
you got that, and you got the triceps. That's the one I'd be concerned about.
I mean, one part we got to think of like the cultural, like the brain in me, right, is like really think the cultural aspect of this is that some countries prefer larger women. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's widely known that the way they teach in some countries that larger women are more desirable because it means health and it means money and it means so many other things in other
Mm-hmm.
countries.
Like
So
what's
when you
that
have
movie?
people migrate to America, even after generations and generations, when you're being taught that culturally, that's in you. So those men just prefer larger women and they don't even know why sometimes. That's like the cultural context of that.
I'm not
'Cause
saying you're wrong, but name a couple of them, because
um
it's not the Asians. It's definitely not.
In
no,
the
it's
in
not
the
Asian.
mo-
It's
in
usually
that in that in
example.
that movie Fat
it's
Girls, in that
African
movie
culture.
Fat
It's
Girls.
African culture. It's like West Africa and I think parts of Central Africa are taught
I
that.
told you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I think, well, I know some Caribbean cultures are taught that, and I think Polynesians are also taught. So there's a lot of,
Definitely Polynesians.
yeah, there's a lot of, and some parts of Europe are even taught that. So there's a lot of countries that are taught that bigger women mean health, like money. There's a lot of parts of it that a lot of other stuff ties into it.
Let
So,
me
I
say this
mean,
one thing real quick. I've talked to this African dude, and he had me dying laughing. We were talking about women. He was like, if she don't have dents, talking about dents in her ass, she had to have more dents in it. And I was like, what? He's like, she doesn't have enough dents. I was like, okay. So that was hilarious. And I guess he liked bigger. He was from Togo. He liked bigger women.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Preference bigger women.
because they're taught that if you're small, that really means like you're starving. So you ain't got no money, you can't feed yourself. Like that's how culturally where that comes from. So they're taught to like not you don't even look that way. So skinny women are not attractive.
But they don't be big dudes though. They don't be fat. It's like it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but it's weird to us, but that's why I'm saying like in some countries, but you gotta think of how like our our country is just a bunch of different cultures like dumped into a bucket.
Yeah.
So there's things that even though we don't see, like there are a bunch of men walking around that's their background and they don't even know why that's their preference. That's just what they've been taught, and over a period of time they're walking around like, I don't know why. That's what I like. So I mean, there are so many parts of that are, some of it could be cultural and we just look at it as, weird and different or whatever. But I mean, I still think I would still go back to Calvino and say, like, I think instant gratification, I think when people think of it like that, like it makes things easier because that's the culture we live in. Like a lot of people don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work and put an effort towards whatever. So
Especially after about 4 shots, I don't want to do no work. I just want to. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
the
I mean,
work I want to do has nothing to do with relationship.
it's just the opportunistic men who think that just because they're a larger size woman that they have low self-esteem, uh that they'll accept less, things like that. I also believe that, they look at them and they say they're less likely to accept boundaries. They won't call them out in public, like Bino said. They will accept the late night texts, the secrecy, and the no public dating. They're gonna accept that. But on the other side of that, there are people just like you said who like bigger women. Overweight women. I know a lot of, just like G said, I know a lot of skinny dudes that's like weigh a $150 wet, bet 40 wet that got 300-pound, 400-pound woman.
Like what?
I've seen it, and they proudly married to him, 5, 6 kids, love her to death. That's his type. He love her to death. The ones that's big in the gym, when you finally see their woman, it's the total opposite. And I ain't talking about just a little overweight. I'm talking about they be big. And I'm like, wow, yeah. I'm just in my head. I'm like, okay. But that's what he like.
Hey, that's what he like.
That's what he like. And
everybody got a thing. You know what I mean?
Everybody got a thing. That's what he like. So it is what it is. It is some people who prey on him. I don't like that shit. I think people prey on, take advantage of them. They need a place to stay. The women that they do like, look at them like, nah, get your shit together. The other woman is like, you come stay with me. So they take advantage of those situations. They need a place to stay. They need money. They need, they need a home cooked meal, all that bullshit, so they go prey on those type women. Either
especially with the meals.
Yeah.
You can get it. You can get some
the
drugs.
Undesirable ones, the overweight ones, you know what I'm saying? The ones that, just you ain't gonna catch them in public with nobody. So there's a lot of men who prey on those type of women. Yeah, I agree with what they said in that clip. A lot of men prey on those type of women. But on the other hand of that, a lot of men love a big woman and will gladly be out with them, hold hands, and say, "This my chick."
There's a lot.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's probably a lot of men that feel that way, but which one do you think is more prevalent?
The other side.
What do you mean?
The ones who prey on them?
Right. That's what I think the video is getting at, is that's the majority. That's the sentiment in general, that they're treated that way. And I think that correlation between prison and big girls too, or men coming out of prison getting big girls, I've seen a lot of that too.
Yeah.
And a lot of gay guys like big girls. Guys that are really gay, but they don't want to come out as gay. They always have big girls too.
I don't know nothing about that.
I know about it. I'm telling you. If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah,
there are a lot of niggas excuse my racial slur.
Go back and time out. Go ahead.
But a lot of times dudes that are gay have big girls. Because that way they can front like they like women until they come out.
And there do be a lot of the ones that's like, even if it's not prison, regular dudes who or mess with a big girl on the low, the late night creep through, but they don't ever want to take them out or bring them around family and do all that. There's a lot of that too.
Yeah, it's called it's the fetish. You know, a lot of people it's they fetish. It's like the person who he came up around all black people, but he really attracted to the white girl. He don't want to be seen with the white girl yet. I've seen that too. You know what I'm saying? So he deals with the white girl on the low, late nights, things like that. He's not comfortable with it, with coming out with it yet. But he know true deep down that's his type. Same thing with the skinny to the fat.
I feel like some big.
He's scared of what society is gonna say, his family, his friends. You know what I'm saying? So he deal with them on the low. When he might got the baddest chick at home, but he gonna cheat on them with the big body because that's his type. It is. It just. I see it.
I feel like some big girls, and I could be wrong, but sometimes I feel like some big girls they get small dudes so they can beat them up. But that's just, in the sense of having some type of control. I don't know, because sometimes
Some of the whole power dynamic thing.
Yeah, not saying like that, but I'm just saying, to sometimes some type of control, like, it ain't gonna be. I'm big dog. You're not
like
gonna be big dog.
Vespuccia from Norbit.
Yeah, like that. That's what I'm saying. Like Norbit, she knew damn well Norbit couldn't handle her ass, and she threw him down the basement and told him to build the attic and some more shit. Like I just, I get it. It's just a movie, but there are those Rasputions
because
out
Norbert
there.
finally, got him somebody and walked away from
He
that.
got him a nice joke too. Norbert went the
Norbert
total
started
opposite
drinking.
on it.
Norbert started drinking and feeling himself. Shit, you feel me? So that shit didn't last long.
Norbert was like, "What? I'm going." What was her name? Gail. What was her name?
Kate.
Oh man, I forgot.
Yeah, it was Kate. Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah. His,
when
his
she was like, "Is little Miss
high
Thing
school
Thing, is little Miss
sweetheart or
Thing
something.
Thing gonna be at the party?"
Yeah.
He said, Miss Kate, bitch.
Oh my gosh, that movie was so funny to me.
But yeah, I do feel like there are some Rasputions out there. Not everybody, but I do feel like some of them is a sensitive, and who knows? Maybe the little ones they like to get tossed around and picked up, and maybe that makes their woman feel powerful.
Not with them triceps. You ain't picking nobody up with them hanging triceps. They're
Go
just
ahead,
hanging.
man. Go ahead with the triceps.
Man, I'm sorry, man. As soon as I heard big girls, that's the first thing I thought of was
You're
triceps.
talking about when they wave and then the whole bottom part just still.
Yeah, that whole.
You talk
like,
about you talk
like,
about
blue.
talk about the chicken wing flat.
Chicken wings is more stuck to the bone. I'm talking about you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the flat. It flat.
Like my great grandma.
Well, to me, I mean, I feel like the women with a little ham hock on their arms, they know how to cook, but that's just me. I don't think there's anything wrong.
Definitely know how to cook.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a little ham hock,
You don't.
Okay.
And then on top of that, while we're talking about weight, some stuff is hereditary. Like some stuff you just can't help if
they got it.
Yeah, some women might be born. It might be hereditary for the women in the family to have thick arms or a big neck, or
and it's not always the big women, because I work out in the gym. And the women be having the same chicken arms.
I ain't never seen those.
They be having their little flaps.
They sure do, because we do triceps, and I be like, oh wow, it's not just for the fat girls no more.
I gotta see where your gym at. I'm coming to see this.
Come on, you gonna work out with us too.
I work out with you too, but I want to see the skinny women with triceps.
They just don't know what they're doing in that gym, Calvino. That's why they got that.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
They ain't hitting that tricep with that weight. That's all. They need to be lifting weights. That's all that is.
Actually,
you think they only doing it like
some people it's hereditary. Because my coach, she is every bit of 160, like got a six pack and everything, but her arms are not skinny. They're not huge, but she has she looks good.
I feel like I have arms like my mom and my grandmother. Like we have the same arm. No matter go to the gym, it might just be hereditary. You might just be born with a big back.
Nah. You can work on that, boss. Unless it's medical, you can work on that. I promise you. It's big people
How
all in my
come, Nay,
daggone family.
how come you ain't say nothing? You don't
Unless
want to
it's
talk about no
medical, you
big
can work
jokes
on that.
with
There's
me.
big people all
Usually
in
you
my
got
family.
all the answers. Where you at?
Because I would get in trouble.
No,
Nah,
we
you ain't gonna get
want
in trouble.
trouble. I know you heavy in the workout game, Nay.
I know her.
But
Look at her triceps. Her triceps is stuck to the bone. Ain't no extra
Cut.
jump.
I
Talk
do
about
work
5
out,
miles a day or more, probably.
I do work out, but this could get me in trouble. I just feel like it might be it might be that I've heard guys say that they're easy and less maintenance. I do know big women that have been big and then they try to pretend like they're confident, but they really don't like it. I mean, just look at Monique when she used to act like she big, black, and beautiful, and she used to say that. And then when the opportunity came for her to work out, the bigger girls, was upset with her. So,
Or Lizzo.
um,
Yeah.
and so I think that like when people say that they're confident, um, I think, but real talk is big girls. It's a lot of insecure women. Period. That's why women pit each other against each other, and to me, however, I just feel like I've heard guys say that they're easier, less maintenance. And I don't know about insecure because all women of some, sizes are insecure.
True.
And yeah, and that doesn't matter because they love to put women against each other. But when it comes to that size, it might be easier because they do feel like they have to settle. But a lot of women these days are settling. So it's about preference. And I do know some skinny guys that do like big girls, and it may be because it's low maintenance. Maybe they just feel like it's easier, and I don't feel like dealing with that high maintenance chick. And this girl's easy; she let me do whatever she wants to with.
And you got
So
less dudes trying to fuck them.
that too. And then real talk, the guy could be insecure. He could be
Yeah,
insecure. He wants a woman that is low
that could.
maintenance
Yep,
because
that could go both ways.
and I do know about me hanging out with it's not just women, just me hanging out with a bunch of dudes. Dudes are insecure just as much as women. They just
Yeah,
hide it
that's
better.
facts. That's
They
facts.
hide it better. Because they talk and they plot. Dudes talk a lot about each
Mhm.
other and they plot and they do certain things. And so I mean, it's dudes are like that too. They're very insecure. You listen to them enough, they talk about it, and they be plotting against each other. So yeah.
True. I got a question for the ladies though. Do you feel pressure to prove your worth because of your body type? Do women feel pressure?
I
Yeah.
don't.
You
I
know,
feel like some do. I don't, but I
you don't.
definitely feel like
Shanta said no.
No.
What's the
some
pressure?
do.
Pressure like what though? To do what?
To stay in shape because of your body type,
I feel that there's pressure and a double standard. I
Hmm.
feel like there's a double standard.
or
I've told
or the
y'all
other way.
before.
Huh?
Yeah,
Say
I
again.
told y'all before that I've been approached by people that men that are overweight that will approach me and they don't feel like they're supposed to be fit, but they hold me accountable and say that I'm supposed to be fit. So, but I don't believe there's pressure. Like I don't feel pressure to do it, but I do know that after a woman have a baby, she does feel pressure. They always talk about if they pointed out a lot, like Rihanna just had a baby and they was like, oh, I'm so glad that you aren't trying to, it's still lowballing, insulting. I'm glad that you're not trying to rush like the other people to hurry up and lose your weight. And then you might have someone that like Sierra. And Sierra, she drops a baby and she back in shape. But Sierra already said that she works out like 4 or 5 times, 4 hours, 3, 4 hours a day. So they do, it is pressure, or else people wouldn't be doing this quick fix and getting on these diet pills that they know they're not gonna. As soon as they stop taking it, they're gonna put the weight
Put the
back
weight
on.
back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I do believe that there's pressure for people, and I don't understand that because you're not keeping a man just because you're slender. It's not, if
Exactly.
you don't love yourself, you're not gonna keep them. But I do believe if it wasn't pressure, these people wouldn't be getting all this plastic surgery. They wouldn't be on the hospital doing around the world and getting all this work done, or getting these stupid diet pills that, especially this new Ozempic one, where they look crazy with a bobblehead, and then they're gonna put the weight back on as soon as they stop taking it, and then look embarrassed,
Yeah.
So
I agree. I think that I agree. I feel like what Nate said, it's definitely pressure because it seems like the BBL lifestyle has definitely went up, and the boobs and all that, and it's just it'd be funny to me, like you see these Instagram looking loving hip hop girls, and they just had surgery, but then a couple months later you got a waist trainer on and you acting like you doing a workout and you selling leggings and stuff. Now you want to, not saying that that's bad, if that was
because
what
they
your
didn't do
idea
it the
was.
natural
Yeah,
way.
it's like, to
Yeah.
me it's like you got the surgery and now you want to put on a waist trainer and talk about, oh, I'm fit. It's like I kind of feel like I'm not gonna take you serious. I mean, and I'm a whole woman, like not trying to be funny, but I don't have 5,000, 10,000 just sitting around so I get my butt done. Not even saying that I want to do that, but even still, your body's never the same once you do something like that. And then it's just like I said, it's just I don't know. It's definitely pressure, but it's unfortunate. I
And I
guess.
really haven't seen, and maybe, because I'm heterosexual, I haven't seen anyone that got a BBL that actually looks good, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
just have a
agree.
bigger butt, but it's not proportioned to that. But to answer your question, yes, I do believe that
I
there's
have.
pressure. You have. It's not
Yeah,
proportioned.
this girl I know went to Miami, got one. It looks better, but she also did some actual work. She also worked on her waist, and she didn't just let the BBL do all the talking for her. So she put in some work.
Too. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Like when they just get it just for a
and
dietary
big,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
just put a waist trainer on like the next week and be like, I'm in the gym. Yeah, like no, I don't
And
take
they
you
do that a
serious.
lot too with the
Mm-hmm.
Ozempic too. They own the Ozempic. They lost the weight in 3 months. Come on now. And now they're acting like they've been running on the treadmill. But you just started posting
right.
after you lost the weight. So it's just there is pressure, or else why wouldn't you tell people that you got on Ozempic?
Well,
Why you tell people you got that BBL? And that's the real truth. Why are you trying to sell it to make it seem like
Right.
gym prior to, but you only got
But
in the
social
gym once you
media
lost
makes
the
you
weight?
a fronter.
Yeah, they trying to act like the African titties ain't in no more, and I'm not understanding why they're more
Not the
natural.
African.
yeah,
What's
that
Just
African
not just
titties?
it's
They
just
natural.
nationalities and titties. What are we talking about? I need an
What?
example. Put
The,
that on the
the
screen.
African
African
titties,
titties.
like they are the mother Earth nature
Camino,
titties. They got the big
you and take
nipples.
your phone. I'm gonna find you, Camino, and take your
They
phone.
look
I'm just gonna take it for a
like.
second.
I need an example, Joe. Put that on the
Put it on
screen.
the
Put that on the
screen.
screen. African titties, man.
I'm about to take your
Put that
phone.
about you talking about a National Geographic type jokes.
I mean, as natural as it's gonna get. Is
Oh,
natural.
okay. All right. Hold on. Let me go. Let me
And
go
me
Google
and
that.
me
I'll be right back.
personally, I do feel like, and I'm not a mom yet, but I feel like women that have, like you said, they try to get their bodies back after having babies and stuff. And me personally, I kind of think it's a beautiful thing when women can actually breastfeed their children and have a connection with their children. Like, to me, that's something you should be proud of, because a lot of women can't do that. They can't produce, and they wish that they could do that, to have that, whatever that feeling or connection is that I hear moms say that they get with their child, bonding and all that. So I feel like, I don't know, embrace it. Like, shoot, if they hanging a little bit, listen, you did what you were supposed to do. You had to feed your baby. Simple as that.
Yeah,
And
no,
if the man can't take it, then I don't know. He ain't a real man if he don't like a little sag and a little titty. I'm just saying.
no, I get it. I get it. Like I've heard men say stuff like they wouldn't date a woman with stretch marks. I think that's stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that's
He's a
crazy.
dumbass dude. Like fuck you. You's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like because she
I
had
hear
baby
dudes call
stretch
them. I
marks.
hear dudes say they like a little tiger stripe. That's
Yeah, that's dumb.
you know.
That's dumb. So to all y'all men who believe that, fuck y'all. Because you
I
stupid and
was
you
in war
listen.
trying to get them
Yeah.
babies out, so
A
I love my
stretch
war
mark,
strike.
a stretch mark makes her less
Yes.
makes her less attractive. Y'all sound dumb as fuck. What think your mama got? You just dumb,
Oh,
dumbass motherfuckers. Anyway, it's just dumb. Hey, so let's go ahead. Let's get to the next clip.
Yes, you're a fat girl, you're an obese girl, you're a plus size girl. Men are going to prey on you because they're just going to assume that you have low self esteem and low self worth, and that they can exploit that and manipulate you and treat you like shit, take advantage of you, try to move in with you and live with you for free, drive your car for free. That is what these dusty men do. I have seen interviews of men talking about this is the game that they run. They look for a fat girl or a girl who physically looks like they don't really put a lot of effort into the way they look, because that signals to them that you don't care about yourself and you probably have low self-esteem and low self-worth. So now you are prey to a man like that. And these men, it's a game for them. They find these women, give them some attention, and then before you know it, these women are like, yeah, you can stay with me. Oh, sure, you can drive my car. Oh, you want a PlayStation? Okay, maybe I can figure something out for you. Oh, you want to become a chef? Let me see if I can buy you all of the things to get you to your dream. This is what these men do. They find women that will put all of their resources into them just so that they can so they can maintain that attention that these men give them. Don't do that. Don't be that girl. You're worth so much more than that. Stop entertaining these dusty crusties. Stop it.
Why she gotta
Like
want to
this
be a
general,
chef? Is that because it's big
yeah.
girls? Why she gotta want to
I
be a
don't,
chef? What if she wanted to be a firefighter?
I don't like this
Well,
generalization.
she's not in
I
good
do.
enough shape to be a firefighter. But all right,
I don't know, because I done seen some cops that I don't understand how they on patrol and
that's
they
not a
eating each other's
firefighter.
So
food.
Firefighters got to do
yeah,
more
cops, yeah,
climbing than
firefighters, they
That's
gotta
different.
be more in shape
That's
than police
different.
officers.
Cops
Police
gotta
officers
run
don't even have.
too. They
No,
gotta
they
be
they
stopped
got to
chasing.
work.
running.
No,
They're
they
not supposed
really
to chase
don't.
anymore. That's why their
Oh,
BMI is out the craziness. But I
oh,
don't. Yeah, the cops don't have that same type of
they have an intense
Firefighters got to be in better shape.
pole pack. They do have an intense physical thing, but it's
Yeah, but not
they don't
like
have to,
firefighters
yeah,
though.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
firearm, yeah.
okay, I
Firefighters
got
have
you.
to.
Climb
Most of them
ladders
join
and stuff like
the
that. Yeah.
academy is the only time you
Yes,
got to pass
yeah,
that physical fitness test and
yeah,
stay physically
They do
Mm.
a
fit.
test
yeah.
But with a
every year.
firefighter, they have to remain in shape
That's
Every
why they be
year.
so
Yes,
fit.
every year
Mm.
they
Give me
got to
a
pass it. They're going
firefighter.
every
home.
year. Every year
A
for more
physical.
firefighters, it's
Yeah, let me get
all
me
that
a
shit they got to do.
firefighter.
Uh,
But I don't like
Go
the
ahead.
generalization. I'm gonna get me a firefighter though. Firefighter. Fire. Okay. I don't like the generalization. Though that they make it. I know. I do understand what that she's saying that it is they might be easier, but there's some insecure settling women as
Yes.
well. So I
Yes.
don't
Hmm.
like the generalization
Yes.
that they just saying big girls. I have no. That's why I'm
Whoa.
not trying to be funny. I don't mind hanging out. I didn't mind. I think that women. Before I say what I'm about to say, I think women relationships are so important, and women empowering each other is important. However, I've been when I was younger in my days of hanging out. I've been around some insecure women. They would get their butt beat by a dude and then still go back to the dude. So this generalization so it's not just big women. So in her eyes, it might be a little easier, but that's getting to say about someone that's less attractive. There sometimes men are intimidated by nice looking women. So, but saying it as if it's just big girls, if you look at the world right now, it's not just big girls that's selling it. It's a lot of women. So I really don't like the generalization, even though I'm not a big girl. I really don't like them trying to make it seem like that men. I feel like an insecure man would prey on any insecure woman, and she doesn't have to be big, and she don't have to. They can just smell that woman gonna tolerate his bull crap. So.
I agree with you,
I
Nate,
agree
for
with you
one.
on that.
I agree with you too, Nay.
Albino, not for one thing. What?
I agree with you too, Nay. I think
Oh,
there's only one maybe piece to add to that, which is yeah, there's a lot of insecure men who do that because they might be low vibration. However, there's also men who can be lazy, where they know they could do better, and they just taking the shortcut because of the scenario they're in, like what Mac described later with, hey, it's the end of the night. I didn't score here. Let me call old girl, because even though it's 2 a.m., she gonna pick up. And she's already used to, so it's not, they don't have to be insecure. They could just be being
available.
Taking the shortcut and saying, hey, it's like, I really want a pizza from my favorite spot, but Little Caesars is open. And I don't feel like going to where that is to go get that. So hey, it's still pizza. Like, I think
You still have to
y'all
say
women
Little
know,
Caesars, dog.
y'all women know that we can be
Hell no,
my
like
God.
Little Caesars.
men as a
I
species
love the
can be
analogy though.
Yeah.
men as a species could be grimy as fuck. Like, we could be on some, like, it's not that I don't have confidence. It's just like, it's here. I'll just take it because it's fucking here.
A hot and ready.
Yeah, hot and ready. Hot and ready. Yep. And it's, so I guess what I'm saying, that's the only part that I wanted to add, Nate, is that it's not always that these men are insecure. Sometimes they just grimy. Sometimes they just don't care. And when you're younger, like in your 20s, your propensity to be a grimy, not care motherfucker is higher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just like,
for sure.
You're like, people used to say shit was going up a hole in a heartbeat. Put a bag over her head. That these shits ain't just out of this nowhere. People said real wild shit like that coming up.
Bag over her head.
Yeah, meaning like, I don't want to look at her, but hey, when you turn out the lights,
you can't see nothing.
It all feel the same, huh?
Right. That mentality is like not something that I've never heard of, and people no. There's a whole segment. Some men never grow out of that shit.
That's true too.
Yeah, that's true too.
There's men who don't grow out. They have a beautiful wife that they go cheat on with a big girl because maybe she does some shit their wife won't do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's real. That's
She,
Like everything.
Yeah. She ain't even got to be big. It's just the chick on the side doing shit that a wife won't do.
Yeah.
Hey, but
that too. Yeah.
But I got a question for the fellas. So, do standards scare off men who just want access?
Say it again.
Does standards scare off men that just want access to these women?
Whose standards? Her standards or male standards?
Her standards.
Give me a scenario. What do you
meaning
mean?
That what a lot of people are saying is that overweight women probably don't have high standards. They'll take whatever.
I don't believe that either. I know some overweight women that won't.
That's what some people think. So the fact that if she does have standards, would it scare that man, that type of man off?
He might
I don't think it'll scare him off, but she ain't gonna go for it. Just because she big don't mean you're automatically gonna strike. That's not gonna happen.
But there's a lot of people who believe that. There's a lot of people who believe that.
Yes. Like, huh?
No. I said there's a lot of people who believe that.
Yeah, they're crazy. They need to talk to some, because some of them will have you back up like, what? Get out of here. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, I thought you was gonna be easy, but it don't always work out that way. Sometimes you got to put in the same effort that you would put into a smaller woman. You got to put the same effort in with the big girl. Now that'll piss you off if that's what you're trying to do, but yeah, you're like, hold up, you're supposed to be easy, but they don't. They're not always easy. It's not all. They're not always gonna let you drive their car. They're not always gonna let you. They're still women, and there's some big girls that still like they were saying earlier, they have confidence in themselves, and they're like, I'm not just going for anything. So
yeah, it's not even just for women, like men and women. There's bigger guys who are the life of the party, and they're the big teddy bear, and like
Biggie Smalls.
all the girls, yeah. It's all in how how you project and carry
How you
yourself.
carry
Like
yourself. Yeah.
another a bigger woman,
And you can't stink.
Jill Scott. She carries herself with a bunch of confidence. A lot of men think she's beautiful or sexy or what have you. She don't come off as someone with low self-esteem at all. You know what I mean? I'm just picking like a celebrity because it's somebody we easily all could recognize. But yeah, there's a lot of people who fall in that category where they're not letting you just treat them like anything just because they're bigger, and they understand they're still valuable. So I don't know if it scares the guy off. Now, wouldn't the word "scared" isn't what I would use. I would just be, oh, that's too much work. It'll make
Yep.
somebody who don't want to work and step up leave. I don't think that they're scared. They just know that you're one of the big girls who I won't get over on, but there's plenty more bigger girls that I can get over on. So I just don't got the time to waste trying
Yeah.
to.
Do y'all feel like, and I guess I could speak kind of more on a celebrity standpoint, whether male or female, do y'all feel like some people be with these big people because they have money?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
That could be anything.
Oh hell yeah.
like,
Especially
because
bigger.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I would never sleep with Biggie Smalls. But you had these females out here that was Biggie, Biggie, Biggie. Can't you see? Look what you getting done. So me, and I think he looked crazy to me. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't be able to sleep with him. But you had them chicks out there that was ready to just do whatever and all that. Probably just because he had money.
Celebrity
So do
makes
you feel like
celebrity
because they
breaks a
got
lot of
money?
barriers. You
So,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Celebrity
celebrity
money, that breaks a lot of barriers.
Because
money in
I'm just
general.
saying, at
Money in
least
general.
do you think it's, I guess it would be probably better to ask, do you think it's easier for a big, like if a big person had money, that's when they could get the person that they want versus if they was regular on the street, you really think probably somebody would really want to talk to Jill Scott or really want to talk to Monique or really want to talk to Biggie Smalls if they was regular?
I,
'Cause I
I
believe
think
that's
it's
why they
Or do I
leave.
feel like big
It's
Yep.
people
there. It's different,
have it
male and
harder getting
female too.
somebody, but if they got money,
I believe that's true because most of them that had approached me lead with buying
yeah.
and what take it and spending. So there has to be
you talking
and
about
these
the big guys that have approached you? Yeah.
they lead with buying and spending and I can do this for you. So I believe that's true.
So it depends. This is my opinion. If it's a situation where you're saying who is it easier for if they have money, men or women, I think it's easier for a bigger man with money only because women are more motivated by how much money you have than men are. I'm not saying men can't be motivated by a woman with money, but it's evident when you look at the overweight or larger
Well,
people with money,
I
you
guess
see more big men with women that they might not have been able to get than big women with men. It happens,
yeah,
but
and
not
that's
as
what I'm
much.
saying. I think I'm saying more so like for big people, is it harder for them to get somebody they want, but if they got money, it'll make it a little
Depends
easier
on
for
you're
Money
male
them
makes
or
to.
female.
everything's easier. Or a lot
But
of
I'm saying
situations.
I feel like though if somebody seen Tyra Banks or Beyonce and they was regular on the street, they would rather want to get with them whether they had money or not, just because off the fact that they skinny. Versus me personally, I feel like if you just seen a big girl on the street, you're not really gonna look at them for real unless they got money. Whereas you're gonna look at Beyonce regardless if she got it or not,
Uh,
just because of her
that,
body type.
well, that's not what I mean. What I mean is a big girl with money, men will still ignore a big girl with money.
Okay.
Yep.
Men will still
Women won't.
ignore a big girl with money, but women will pay attention to a big guy with money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same. It's not. They're not equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I still think that
Because I wouldn't
if
fuck Monique. I don't care how much money she got or
And
what
that's
she
how I
get
feel
by.
about Biggie Smalls. Like I couldn't do it.
Like,
well, I
Right.
feel
But
that way about Biggie Smalls too now because when I was a fan of his because his rap game was like fierce. But when I first back in the day, they used to have these videos, back behind the scenes, and he couldn't breathe. So they had to teach him how to when he was rapping how to not be like it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't good that he had to be like that. So to me, I just feel like it's preference, like
yeah.
and but I do believe like there's some people just like Calvino said that he wouldn't deal with Monique, but there's a lot of people that would just because Monique has money. There's a lot of men that would
Fuck
because
that
she has
money.
money.
Yeah, there are a lot of men that would, but they're still not on the
What
same
sound like
level
an
of out.
attitude?
If you go to a Monique concert, if you go, if you would
Yeah.
have went to
Yeah.
if you would have went to a Monique concert at the height of her popularity, yeah, there might be some guys trying to get with her, throwing themselves here at her, but it's nothing compared to going to what Biggie was having thrown at him,
Or going to a Fat Joe, or going to see
or
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe. It's not even. It's nowhere even close. So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really. We're not motivated in the same way by money as women are. We're just not. Not when it comes to that type shit.
So
Y'all can easily put it this way. I'll give you an example. A girl who gets with Biggie at his height, women are envying that girl's position who are looking at the money aspect.
Not me.
We still joking the dude who gets with the unattractive bigger girl if we think he going after her just for we not really.
But then you also
We're not really holding that shit up like that.
But then you also could have the ones like you like that could see that nice model with Biggie and be laughing at him like damn well that girl with him for money. Just like the whole thing that just went viral with
We accept that though. Men
what was
accept that.
what was the dude? What was it? Rick Ross. Rick Ross was just with that chocolate model girl, and because she ain't kiss him, he was all in her face, and everybody like, dude, that girl is just with you for some checks because she ain't kiss you like you thought she was
Men
going
don't
to.
mind that though.
We don't care.
Yeah,
we don't
care as much about that. A guy will say, you know what? I know I'm getting this treatment because of my money. That's why I got the money. That's why I went and got the fucking money.
But I want to go off the comment that you said. I want to go off the comment you said, OG, that women look at it and be like jealous or not. I don't know if you said jealous because she has access, and I honest and I know that you're gonna say that that's just you, Shanae. But I'm not envious. My whole question, whatever, Calvino, I just said it. But
he's messing with you. We not doing that with you. I'm your friend this weekend, man. Go ahead. I am not going back and forth with you.
That's so weird, right? But
good. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I know, right? But when I saw it, me personally, and I saw the girls, I always was like, what did you drink? What did you take before you lay down with that? Because that's a lot, okay? I'm not trying to be funny. That's a lot. So I never was envious of that. I just
me either.
No lie. Let me I'm not gonna say what I was about to say, but I just wasn't envious because I was about to get
You can have Biggie, nice. You can have Rick Ross, all that.
Well, the reason why I think he struggles to get women is because when I was pregnant with each child, I always was high risk, so I was well over 200 pounds. And I just felt like in the summertime, you just couldn't wash all of that. It's like as soon as you go outside in the heat, you're sweating and you just couldn't wash all of that. So no matter how clean I tried to be, like the under boobs was sweaty.
Oh, yeah,
and then
crevices,
like the crevices be like ew. So that's I was never in. So I said it.
You gotta
I
get
just
one of
was
them
never
shower heads to disconnect, and you could, you know what I'm saying?
You wash well, but then by the time you go out there, like seriously, no lie, I just was like, that's when I knew I had to be fit because when you go out there in the heat and you just do like this and lift, your boob up because you got the belly and the boob, and then it's just sweat and must, and that's why I wasn't jealous.
Yeah, see, and stuff like that, I always wonder, granted, my time will be my time. I'm dating, but I be wondering, like, the people that be on my 600-pound life.
I said, what, Calvino?
Nate says if you're fat, you stink.
You gonna really get that is basically what she said.
That's basically what she said.
That's basically what
I'm gonna trigger some comments for you this week.
Oh boy, the comments is coming for you, Nate.
I feel like too though, but what about them people on my 600-pound life? They got boyfriends and girlfriends and wives and everything up there, and they got people that still making them food, and they be washing their clothes and helping them get dressed and putting the baby powder.
But those are the people we talking about, the ones that just doing shit because they got a free crib. You know what I'm saying?
Say that you stink. I said it's hard to wash and
You
stay.
stink. Come on. Let's not try to clean
Calvino
it up.
said it. No. It's hard to wash. I didn't stink.
I
It was
don't
hard
believe
to
you
wash.
just put that on me. I don't believe you. See,
You
I'm about
talked
to take
about
me a
the
little
chicken,
break.
the non-chicken arm versus the tricep.
There are people who feel like they've been stigmatized or unjustly judged about hygiene and stuff like that because of their
Right.
weight. So when you make statements like that, yeah, there's gonna be somebody in the comments, Nay, that's like, I'm a big girl and I don't, go through that, or
So
they're gonna
to the
feel
big
some kind of
girls,
way.
to the big girls, they are putting words in my mouth. I never said you stink. I said it's hard to wash. So it is. I was 240 something pounds, and
Damn.
yeah, for each child. Yes, for each child, I was high risk.
No way. I can't even believe that.
Yeah, I was high
240.
risk. I was high risk. Yeah, so I was putting on every time I went to the doctor's appointment. They was like, "Whoa, you 10 pounds. Whoa, you 20 pounds," and I had to get on bed rest. So what I'm saying
Damn.
yeah, okay, thank you, Calvino. I heard you the first time. But when I went outside, I'm just saying, when I went outside in the summer months and I started like you're sweating, it was hard to clean. Like you're getting sweat. So if that's
So you stunk.
I didn't stink. It just I needed more showers.
Say it again, Calvino. You know you want to say it again. Go ahead.
You know I want to say it. I'm not gonna say it though.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
gonna stay out of it for here.
You
I already
might
did
as
the tricep.
well.
hey,
Y'all
hey,
already set me up. Y'all might as well.
hey, I got one more question for the ladies before we close it out. All right, so with these type of men who prey and take advantage of women like this, not all, but the ones that do, have you ladies ever ignored red flags only to feel chosen? No, only to feel
Yeah.
chosen.
When it comes to big people or just in general?
Just in general. Because
Can you
that's
say the
what they
question
feel
again?
like. Because that's what they feel like some of these women are doing. They're ignoring the red flags just to feel chosen. Have you never ignored red flags from men
Said
just to feel
yes
chosen?
to and let me say be the first one. That's why I said that generalization is not fair because I have absolutely ignored red flags and it has to do with whatever it is that I felt like I did not have or I lacked or for whatever reason I have ignored red flags that was not just like red but like screaming red, like it's dark outside and you can see the lights inside your window type stuff. And that's why I don't like the generalization of it. Yes, I have ignored red flags and ended up in situations that I should have never been in.
Okay. What
Yeah,
about you, G, Naji, Shanta? What?
yeah, yes, yeah,
Family?
yeah.
Yes, you have.
And then many years ago, after my first divorce, I was having issues, very insecure, and just the thought of like being by myself, and after a divorce and all that, I did that happens to me. I just wanted to add that in regards to that last clip, I think that the girl, I did like the message. I don't think she was generalizing. I think it's just as a big girl. I did like the fact that she was just sending this message out, and also it's like a warning and telling
Mm-hmm.
girls do not do it. But at the same time, it reminded me that nowadays there's so much insecurities out there, people with low self-esteem. It has nothing to do with weight. Most of the time I realize, and now that I'm older, and I see and observe and analyze things, it just happens that it's like it's unavailable. It's like there's a lot of pressure out there, and even those girls that you see, like trying to be fit and beautiful with beautiful bodies, always putting themselves out there in videos and all that. You can tell that it's just not like the big girls or the big guys. It's all. There's a lot of insecurity because all the pressures out there. There's people always targeting people. It happens to me. I speak for self-experience. That's what happens to me many years ago. So, this is So it's great. It's just like that girl was saying on that video, don't do that. Just be aware. And that goes to everybody, just not the big people. There's
Okay.
all
All
kinds of
right.
stuff going on out there.
I get it. What you got? What's your answer now?
Um, yeah, I've ignored red flags. I wouldn't say necessarily to feel chosen. I'd say more so, I guess for me, it was kind of trying to give the other person the benefit of the doubt in a way.
Mhm.
Um, just because if there's a conversation of things that have happened in the past or whatever they've been through or whatever, you know, I would try to, I don't know, like I said, maybe just give the benefit of the doubt, but I definitely don't ignore as many red flags as I did 10 years ago. Not even saying if I would ignore one now, because I feel like if I see red flags now, I'm just probably not even going to deal with it. Um, but yeah, that's probably it for me.
Okay. Child, what you got? You ever ignore red flags and feel
Um,
chosen?
yes, I have a 13-year-old, so I did get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess you always think like when you get into a relationship, that, you see all the big red flags, but you think, okay, I'm gonna be that ride or die, or they're gonna change. Then
Hmm.
you realize that that's who they are gonna be, and you just be like, man, I should have just looked at the first 10 flags and just walked away.
No, I
So
get
it's possible.
He said
you. Okay.
10.
Is it? Man, what you got? You ever ignore red
Boy,
flags?
10.
I was being so quiet this whole time.
I know,
You
I
was,
know,
Amanda. Who
I
are
know.
you?
This was a I guess more like vulnerable and sensitive topic for me because my weight has fluctuated so much.
Me too, Amanda. You're not
Um,
alone.
All of us.
so yeah, and listening, like I even got emotional listening to some of it. And like I know I don't always act like it, but I'm sensitive to some things. I was well over 200 pounds when I was pregnant with my daughter.
Dang.
And
Yeah, we spiritual
yes,
twins.
I was definitely well, and I'm only 5'3". Yes, Calvino, I saw your eyes get big, and your eyes could barely like you could barely see your eyes normally. So I saw your eyes and a little white. So yes,
Get
I was
him,
well over 200 pounds, and I'm only 5'3".
get him.
And I mean, and I'm not
Disrespect.
I know like everybody hasn't seen me in person, but I'm not small anyway. I ain't never been skinny.
Me.
So, like I said, I'm 5'3". My normal weight, if I was throwing it out there, my normal weight is probably 170. So I'm not a skinny girl, never have been. And it is a struggle because some days you feel great and fit and okay, and some days you don't. And all those little things about, I wouldn't say shower or smelling, but I'm like, I've had those struggles where I'm like, if I was bigger and my thighs are rubbing together and now my thighs are bothering me. And
And it
so
burns.
now I'm like, and the first thing I say to myself is, oh, I need to lose weight.
Mm.
Too damn hot out here and my thighs is rubbing together. It's like a constant. I said it to myself this morning. I ran up the stairs and I was like, I haven't been running a lot or walking a lot. I ran upstairs. I got to the top of the stairs and I was like, whew, I'm fat. And it's not even something that you consciously do. It's just a normal response, especially for women.
Yeah.
So it was just listening to it, I think it triggers a lot of things because you really start to think about how many things have I let go of because I felt like I was struggling in a particular area, or I was going through health issues and I was bigger at that time, or I wasn't as fit at that time, or I was dressing a certain way. And I know I do it because I catch myself in sweatpants every day or leggings every day because I don't want to wear jeans because they fit weird or whatever. And I know I'm not an ugly woman. I'm not unattractive. And if I said it to someone and said, like, I feel bad about myself in this way, or I want to do this or do that, I've never gotten any surgeries. But have I thought about it? Sure. I had a C-section with my daughter. So my body's not what it used to be,
Mm.
and
Of course, I've heard people say stretch marks don't matter. Da, 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 da. I don't have stretch marks, but I do got that big ass scar going across my stomach, and a bathing suit don't look the same as it used to. And I'm not ashamed of it because I know what I went through to get it. That doesn't mean I don't look at it and go, damn, I wish that shit wasn't there sometimes. Or I wish I could wear the same bathing suit I used to wear. And I can't. And that's just the reality of what it is. And if I walked into a doctor tomorrow and say, hey, I give you $4,000, $5,000, I could wear the same bathing suit I used to wear and go back to quote unquote normal. And
Man,
like it's not easy. So yeah, I've definitely ignored red flags because I felt like it mattered more to me to be accepted and loved than it did for me to acknowledge what my insecurities were. Instead of just saying out loud, this bothers me. And if it bothers me, it affects whoever I'm dealing with because it bothers me, not because they're making it an issue, because I make it so much of an issue that it's in my head. So it's like, it's not an easy thing to talk about. I think, like we said, there are people of all shapes and sizes. It don't bother some people. It does bother some people. And then some of it is just in our head and it doesn't get said out loud.
Right.
So I know for me, it's definitely something I struggle with on a daily basis. And I have to check myself all the time. And people go, oh, because, oh, you're a counselor, you got it all together. What? Or because you do this for a living and you help other people. Do I have the tools? Absolutely. It doesn't come naturally all the time, though. Like, it's always a process of reevaluation and progression and getting better. And we're all going to have those times where I do less. So if I worked out for a week or two straight, yeah, I'm looking in the mirror like, oh, look good this week. But if I lay down for a few days, I could tell the difference.
Take a day off, you feel like shucks.
You know, and it's the same thing with everything. I'm very particular about smells. Very particular. I
So
know.
would you say when you was 200 and something pounds, you didn't feel you smell, you just felt like you needed to,
I'm gonna
it
say
was
the
sweaty.
strange, like it's strange for most people, and most people don't believe me. I don't stink, but I don't stink because I eat a certain way.
Oh, yeah, clean diet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the cleaner and I know, and I also know that the moment I start eating garbage is the moment I start stinking.
But do you find, Amanda, and I just had to ask this question because and that was very powerful what you just said. Like it was real powerful. But do you find that you never like as a society, women, we're never gonna make anybody happy? I weighed 250 pounds in school. My kids never see me that big. I got down to 144 pounds, and people were talking about me, telling me I look like a crackhead. I need to get big again. So you gotta just love yourself because you're never going to
I don't think it matters. You have to find what works for you. And I don't think there is a again, I don't think it's all self-evaluation and how you feel because I don't think there is if I got to 144 pounds, I tell myself I look like a bobblehead because I don't think I'm supposed to look that I'm not supposed to be that skinny.
I got to a point where I just stopped worrying about the scale, and I love how I fit in my clothes.
Exactly. And that's what it is. You have to love how you feel and how you look and what's okay for you. Because if you start looking at weight and trying to meet a certain, like you look at another picture, I want to look like that. You ain't never gonna be happy. I look back now and I go like there are moments where I was doing really good and not going to the gym every day, but going to the gym consistently enough that I was fit and eating healthy. And even then, I could look back now and say, damn, I was doing no good. I was doing really good at that point. And at that point, I still wasn't satisfied. At that point, I was still saying I needed to do more.
Yeah.
So
we're always hard on ourselves. I'm like that too, and I love working out, and I work out 6 days out of the week. So I just think that there is but I don't. It's not in comparison. It's just how you feel about yourself. But to me, I'm just like, well, I only get one me, so I'm just gonna do what's best for me and work out, and that's all I do. But even when I was at my smallest, I still Felt like I
It's
needed to
hard. Like
lose.
I don't even I'll be real honest, I don't even go to big gyms. Like I hate going to like I will not go to a One Life. I've tried like stuff like I don't like going because you have the men who are hitting on you constantly in the gym, but then you got people who are just staring or looking or whatever. And though I know those are my own insecurities, feeling like I don't want nobody staring at me. I don't want nobody looking at me. I don't know why they're looking at me, but I can feel them looking at. I don't want to go to the gym.
So
I'd
does
rather
that
work
stop
out
you
in my
from
house.
working out? Does that prevent you from kind of working out then? Because you,
Absolutely.
yeah, I think that's something that you got to get past because the
No, it
really,
definitely is. It
yeah.
definitely is.
Only reason why I say that is because I found that even when I don't like the gym. That's why I created one here in the house in my garage. But when I most of the time it's the insecurities of thinking people are looking at you versus in a negative way versus they could just be seeing that you're pretty, or it might be, oh, she looked nice, and not really what you thinking is. And I had to get past that too, where it's like they're not really looking at you like that, and then why do I care?
Mhm.
So,
No,
yeah.
look, I've gone through all the motions in my head of all of it. And again, I know it's personal stuff because I could have a guy tell me like, no, I definitely, and I know why they're looking, but I'm like, if you're looking at something moving and shaking, it's stuff I don't want moving and shaking. Like y'all might think that's cute, but I don't think it's cute.
Yeah.
And that's my stuff. So it's just it's definitely a hard thing. But like to answer that question is like, of course, at some point or another, I've definitely ignored things or let them go because I felt like I wasn't meeting something, whether it was weight or not being the best version of myself and not performing to a certain standard and saying, oh, I'm gonna let that go because I'm not doing this, or I'm gonna let this go because I didn't do that, or whatever it is. I think everyone does it at some point.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
I was
Yeah,
I want
I
I
wish.
I was gonna say, I just wanted to say too, because we were kind of on the big girl topic, but I have met some females who are skinny and they don't like their appearance either. So it's not even just the big girls that, might be a society thing or people are like, oh, big girl. I know a few skinny girls and they like say like, I'm trying to take weight gain pills and I'm trying to get my weight up. They like, I want boobs. I want a little tummy. I want a little bit of butt and thigh. Like I don't have that. I wish I was voluptuous like Monique and all of them. So I say it's not even just the big girls; it's the skinny girls out there that the big girls might be like, "Oh, I wish I was you," and the skinny girl like, "No, girl, I'll take your body over this little skinny stuff any day. I can't gain weight. I can't look good, like you said, Nate, in the pair of jeans that I just got last week, and they look voluptuous on whatever model I seen." So I just wanted to say that too, that it ain't just the big girls that might be insecure; it's the skinny ones too that wish they was thick.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Nah,
got a
So
I got a
it's
question.
all.
Do the ladies think that it's more pressure from society in general or other or on yourself? Because models and all that shit is unrealistic.
I
We
think
don't.
I think it's
It's
both.
I think it's
I
both.
think it's society do too, though, because we wouldn't feel. I think that when they love to compare, do you notice that when there is two women and they're in the same field, how they always compare, but they don't do that with guys. Or if the two women are together, they both can be beautiful. Like I know we keep
I
talking about
compare
celebrities, like
LeBron and Michael Jordan all the time. That's not
no,
true.
that's skills, not like the look. That's skills. But let's say that
Yeah.
with Beyonce and Kelly, they are both beautiful women, but people always compare them. So I just think that a lot of times women are very critical of other women, and that causes them. It's more from society. It is more. I'm not saying that it does not. It's society. Your question was, is it more society or us? No, it's society first, and then because of society, we start having these insecurities because people have a way of deeming what's beautiful. And if you're not thin enough, if you're not fit enough, if you're not this, that's not beautiful.
with with
Yeah.
Or
with
you,
I
with it being.
or you also have family. Like I know family members,
Culturally.
like yeah, like you might have that mom that oh, your fat self. Oh, you need to stop eating so much and all that. So I believe you can also get that energy in the household too if you have verbally abusive parents, or your grandmother telling you need to stop eating so much or whatever. That could be a mental thing, which is, I remember this girl in high school. She was bulimic, and she was Asian, and she was bulimic, and she would like go in the bathroom, stick a fork, and she'd be like, no, I gotta do this in my family, and and I gotta be small. And I felt bad for her because she looked really sad. Like, she's like, I just ate this good, whatever, and I gotta go throw this up now. So sometimes it's a thing where it's a cultural thing, like, okay, this is normal. We're gonna eat this food, and then you're gonna go throw it up, so that way it don't sit and settle in your stomach or
And
whatever. So
that is true, because my family was the worst ones.
yeah.
Like, my mental and my physical and all my eating disorder came from my family members.
Have any of
Mhm.
y'all then have any
Yeah.
of y'all lost weight and you thought it was positive, and then someone in your family be like, "Oh no, you lost too much weight.
Yeah.
You need a
I've
Yes.
got
biscuit. What
that.
are you
Oh
what are you
yeah.
doing? No, what are
Oh
you?"
yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
heard that. So,
Especially
yep.
especially when I'm
Yes.
stressed. Like, I
Shanta,
know me
Shanta,
personally,
Yes.
no,
if
I
I'm
heard
stressed,
that.
I won't
Shanta,
eat.
no.
I
Shanta,
don't
no, I
stress eat.
heard that a lot. I really was after I had my third child, and I'm still small. And Shanta, that's why Shanta like, nay, nay. When I did, they tell me I'm too skinny. I need to put some meat on my bones. I don't look right, and I still love the way that I look. But it's fun. It's funny though, like Calvino said. Yes, we compare LeBron James and Michael Jordan, but that's skills. They don't compare women the way that they compare me. It would be great if it was skills, but they do it with body weight and everything. But when I lost my weight, and I loved it. I loved sitting down and not having a bunch of butt on me, and I felt really good. But it was
It
my
was probably
family.
better on your bones.
It was. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
And then, but I found, like you said, OG, that I found that my family was more critical in reference to it, and it was the women in the family that was more
As was the
critical.
men in her family.
The older women, right? Like
Older
the like
women, the grandmas and all of
mhm.
that.
Yeah.
But
No,
I
they
also
didn't
but I
talk
also
about
feel
it.
like it's a stress thing too. Like, I know some people that stress eat, and I know some people that don't. Like me, I'm not a stress eater.
Yeah, me
So
either.
if I'm stressed out or whatever, I'm gonna lose weight. Like, I'm not gonna eat. I'm not even gonna have an appetite because of whatever is on my mind. And that's happened to me before, where
Yeah.
I've been so stressed out, I done lost a straight 20 pounds in 30 days.
And I'm
And
like you
I
now.
and not even trying to be funny, but it definitely was over a nigga. Unfortunately, we
Me
have
too.
those moments. So I
Yeah.
always tell myself, if I feel like I need to lose a couple pounds, let me go get an ain't shit nigga so he can stress me
Listen,
out for a couple of
I have had
days. So that way I can get
EMS
You
right
on
back
pick.
a
toned up.
Yeah.
you on
I
an
have
ain't
had
shit
EMS
nigga
pick.
diet? Go ahead, shot. You on an ain't
Listen,
Wow.
shit nigga diet?
I can definitely.
Well,
That's a red flag now. That's one of my.
Yes, it
I have
is.
literally had,
It is.
I have literally had EMS pick me up off the floor and blood pressure, everything low, and they're like, "What's
Yes.
going on? Your heart rate is low." And I had
Yes.
eaten about 2 weeks.
Yes,
Yeah, so it
yes.
definitely
So,
two.
like,
we do
no,
give
we
people too much
do,
credit
and
over
and
our
that's one
lives.
thing,
Yeah,
men. Y'all don't understand. Like, if a
And
female really in love with your ass, listen.
I'm
Whatever
glad
you
I'm
do, if
not.
I don't mess with you, listen, I won't eat, and and it sucks. And I'm not talking like, we can laugh at it, because we
because
all been
it's
there.
good to know that
But
you're not the only one
yeah, but
going through it.
it's a real thing. Like,
Yeah,
and I wish I was not like that. Like, some people be like, what? When I'm stressed, I stay eating. And I'm like, but part of me feel like I'm happy I'm not a stress eater though, because then my ass will fuck around and be 350 pounds. So I'd rather lose the weight, and then when I'm happy again, you'll know somebody making me happy, because then it
yeah.
all comes back. So I take it.
All right.
And
Well, hey,
I agree. I agree
No
with
judgment.
Sinead too. It's society.
No,
It's society. Yeah, and
yeah,
like Jay Boogie said, it could be society and family. I had both.
Hmm.
no judgment though. But I'm not. That's too much control now, Shanta. I ain't letting nobody
It
stop me
is, and then
from
no,
But
it is.
it's hard
It
not to let
is.
somebody. It doesn't even have to be a man for me. It could be
Yeah.
work. It could be
It could be
anytime
it
I'm
could be
stressed
anything.
out. It could be
But the
anything.
but the
Yeah,
worst of it I got was from a man. But
yeah. Don't give them.
you're absolutely right, Nay. Like, that was when I was like 21. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we live and we learn.
That was my first real breakup. I was with him for almost 6 years. I thought we was going to have a whole shebang, and it just crashed.
So,
So
so
that was the
Just want to
crash
put
out.
that PS. Yeah,
No,
you
but
said
I agree, Nay. Like, I'll be like, no. So at this point I just eat.
one last question, because this is just, me just I want to hear this from the ladies is how important is it in rearing young girls to get them to not have this as a problem for them. Like, it starts when you guys are like, I'm assuming first time you start liking boys, and then there's a pecking order,
I don't
and
think
then
it's an
then the
age in a
big
way.
girl or the skinny girl or the whatever girl
I
is
think
not
they
getting
I
the
think
most
they I think
attention.
they're gonna have to go through that. I'm sorry. I think every girl has a once of a breakup moment where they like kind of crash out. At least once.
For
Not
the
and I'm
young
not saying crash
girls,
out
I
like that,
just
but
think that if you spend time not trying to be in a relationship and spend time learning yourself, you would not put that much value into your relationship. That just learn what works for you, what this, and a lot of times people don't want to be by themselves.
Well,
Let's just the idea.
temptation is pressure
I
is
mean more
real.
along the lines of having a healthy opinion about
You have
food
a
and
healthy
weight
opinion of
and
yourself.
image and
But you know what? But you know what? I work at a
So
high
I'm a
school.
personal trainer, and I would say that I'm a personal trainer, certified personal trainer, and I would say the only reason why I said that is because I don't let people say, "Oh, you look good," and it comes into me, or "Oh, you too skinny," and it does it because I love myself. So if you truly take time to love yourself and you personalize it without saying, "Oh, do you think this look good?" and stop getting people weigh-ins, you would personalize it so you wouldn't care. I don't to me, that's the most important thing. And that's, to me, it was that I had to learn that this is my journey. How do I like looking in the mirror? And if I like it, I don't care. So I never gave people that weigh in because people have opinions just like everybody has opinions like butthole. So I don't let people tell me if they say you look good, that's great. I'm glad you say I look good. But I already knew that before I got up. When I looked I felt that. So if they take time to personalize it and don't do it for anybody else for themselves, I think that they would not feel bad when it doesn't go the way that they want to because they
so
like it.
I think that's hard. I think that's hard to say though, because I mean, and I agree with you, Nay, 100%. But sometimes I just feel like that could be hard because of what life can kind of throw at you. Like you can have all of the body positivity messages and stuff on your mirrors, and you can,
No,
you
but
is kind, you
question though.
smart,
That wasn't
huh?
his question. That wasn't his
Yeah,
question though.
but his question was more like the young
Like
ladies
younger
coming up, right?
girls,
And
right?
this is what I had to say about that. I work in a high school. If y'all, I don't know how many people work with young people. I work with kids in higher ed. I'm now at the high school now. These young people, these young ladies, they don't give a damn about weight. I'm trying to tell y'all. You get them
Oh
some
yeah.
weed, they're gonna have the munchies. They're bigger than us. And they walk around like you know how we like you were saying, Amanda, how you could wear the jeans, but you find yourself wearing sweatpants. They go out and buy matching sweatpants. They don't even care about the jeans and all that shirt, that stuff. They don't care about their health. And it's sad because they're going to get to the age where it's going to be a lot of diabetes or whatever. But these young people don't care what these boys, they'll tell you in a minute, I don't care. Listen, he may not like my fat ass, but over here gonna like this fat ass, and we're gonna get high together.
I was
That
gonna
part.
say that's what I
That
was
part.
saying earlier. It's a revolutionary thing. We
Mm-hmm.
still have a lot of issues with insecurities and all that. Like before, some of the backslash is coming. Right, it could be. It's cultural. It is
Mm-hmm.
social, but to me, it was more cultural. It's within your family, but the best we can do nowadays is speak about this with the young ones and our closest, like my daughter, my kids, my family. Back in the time, we didn't have this kind of conversations, And just to give you a little example, it is so bad when it comes to culturally. Imagine like not seeing family members, close family members, loved ones for over 10 years. And the first thing they do when they see you is like, oh my gosh, you're big. And I was like, what do you expect me? Like some people wasn't even seeing for like over 25 years. And that's the first thing that came out of their mouths. And I'm looking at them like, what, you think I'm fucking 16? I'm almost 50 years old. Did you expect me to be like I was when I was 16, 20 years old? Or some of the people I have to tell them like, who asked you? Like I know I can see myself in the mirror, and I know I'm not skinny as I used to be.
so they were just
But
rude. They were just rude,
they
pretty
wrote, they
much.
just and it's normal. They're not. they were not trying to be very offensive, but that's a cultural thing. I'm from Venezuela. You know, we're like culturally, oh, we're supposed to be the most beautiful people. And in a family, it doesn't matter how you look, especially from the Latino, Hispanic community. That's the way I feel about it. It is all about looks and how you present yourself and all that stuff. And you know, it's like they forget that, you know, we grow up, you know, we get older, our body changes, you know. And a couple years ago, for the first time, I was overweight. You know, I went to a lot of stuff. I had a couple of surgeries within like a span of like 3 months. And there was a lot of changes in my body. So I struggled with I was having a lot of issues with my health a couple of years ago before I moved here to Virginia Beach, to Virginia. But anyways, I was able to go see some family members that I was not seeing in many years, and that's for some of them that was the first thing that came out of their mouth. They were not trying to be rude. It's just like it is a natural thing for them. It's like it's part of their who they are,
Were
and
they
I
men
found
or
that
women?
rude.
Was it
Huh?
mostly men or was it mostly male
Oh,
or female?
both,
Both?
both. Both. It was crazy. And I have a little bit of like a thing I had to, I was very upset. One time I got very upset because it was a very close family member and a very loving one. But and what got me very upset is that they knew that I was going through some emotional and some health issues, serious ones, and that's the reason why I couldn't control my body. No matter what I did, I was having a lot of issues, and that is the first thing. Oh, but you look fat. I was
Mm.
devastated. I have to go and work out and go to run and just like I was disappointed because you know I was happy to be able to see family, you know, after so long, and that was the first thing, and I was like, wow. So while I'm here, you know, happy and all that, I felt like like it's just my worth to you is how I look and my weight, know who I am. So um but you know, I have to take it off later on. And I was, you know, I know who I am. I know what I'm going through. I know my worth, my value. I came here to enjoy family, and I check it off. That's what I did. But surprisingly, is both men and women, and it's like I said, there's a lot of pressure out there. But now, you know, like if it was probably 20, 30 years ago, it would have really like, you know, mattered a lot, you know, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I gotta lose weight. But now, you know, as I started getting older, I was like, I don't care. You know, I was just very disappointed because it was a family member. But as I had gotten older, I just realized it doesn't matter. I am who I am. This is what I got. And, you know, whether you like it or
I don't
not,
think
you know,
that's
like,
just women though. I think that's any family because families say anything to you. Family does that to men too. Oh, you getting fat, nigga? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I don't think it's just female. I
And I
think
think
this
it's older
family in
people.
general
I think
is
old
gonna say whatever they thinking to you. That's just period. I
and
don't
I
care
old
what family it is. You, if I go and see my cousins, I remember this is about 7, 8 years ago. My cousin came here. Whenever there was something in the water festival was here, he came down here and he patted me on the stomach. He was like, "Yo," I was like, "Yeah, okay." Now that so that can happen no matter whether you male or female. Weight is an issue regardless. You know what I'm saying? I have to watch my weight. I eat
Wait,
1,500 calories a day because if I eat more than that, I'm gonna get fat. It's just
what
that
he do though?
simple.
What he do? He patted you where?
He patted me on my stomach. He's like, "Cuz." I was like, "Yo," but what he did say is hard. I was like, "I know. It's just fat on top of the six
What
pack."
you do? When them babies coming out, Calvino? Oh, sorry.
Man, you want to start with me?
You.
Hey,
I
listen,
you.
before I ask the next question,
alone.
before I ask the next question and we close it out, I want to say respect And salute to all y'all for sharing your personal stories. I know in this setting it's not an easy thing to do. So seriously, respect and salute to y'all for sharing your personal stories.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah, definitely.
Good therapy session.
To to the now, I got one for the men. To the men, have you ever benefited from a woman's insecurities?
Benefit,
I mean, come
benefited.
on. Yeah, I mean,
Hold up, hold up.
No.
Define benefit.
You
Oh
know,
God.
I don't got to get.
I mean,
Oh God, you know what benefits.
I
You
think
know the
Calvino
definition
already
of
answered this
benefit, my
question.
dude.
Yes.
Huh?
I think
yeah.
and
Yeah, I think he already answered.
some of our more spirited younger years at
Oh
East State,
God.
Spirited younger years.
me and
Yeah,
Mac,
yeah.
me and Mac might have, we might have benefited here or there.
No, tell
I wish
us.
your
Go
mom was here.
deep. Tell us
I'm
about
saying like
it.
What do you mean? We don't understand what
We
you
don't
mean.
understand. Yes, then make us
Yeah,
understand.
so so
Elaborate.
when you're younger and you have less morals, maybe you might leverage someone's situation to your benefit in the way of like if you got a roster or more women, you might have some that are for show and some that are just for late
Tell.
night or
Some for show and some
yeah
for
and
tell.
Some for like,
and that's happened like there's
nice though.
guys are lying if a lot of men have done this. They've messed with a girl that they would only use for sex. Ooh, big surprise. Yes, that has happened. Yes, in my life. You got to realize, man, I'm in my 50s. I done been through some shit. So, shit, I graduated high school in 1990. So you got to look at it like when you're young, you do wild shit. Yeah, you might fuck a girl because you just want to fuck and you really don't like her like that, and she might not be your type, body type wise, of something that we used to say, I ain't sporting that, meaning you ain't showing her ass out around town like that.
I
This
don't
is
know. I don't know how y'all do that. I'm sorry. I just feel like the men,
Listen,
because I'll tell you,
y'all
because
y'all
you
really
don't
like. I
understand.
don't even know how y'all just do that and don't have no
Easy.
emotion, don't have
Easy.
no nothing. Like I
Because
feel
that's
sex
like
easy.
ain't
I
That's
feel
emotion.
like
easy.
if I look at you and I feel like I can't
Calvino
even.
said easy.
If I look at you and I feel like I don't
Easy.
even want to kiss you, you're not touching me. I'm sorry. Like I can't.
That
Like I
No,
think, but I think it's cool
nah.
that y'all
You're a
can
That's
do
not.
that.
woman.
That's
We're
not.
talking about the guy.
No,
We're not
no,
talking
but
about
That's different.
women.
I'm bringing that up to say though, I think it's very cool that y'all, honestly, real shit. I think it's very cool that y'all can do that though. Y'all can just do it, and it's like no nothing. Like you said, I just want to just get this nut off real quick, but she ain't my body type of nut. But just because there's a little hole in there, let me just go ahead and stick my little. Like I think it's cool that y'all can really do that because me as a woman, I
Hey,
can't. Seriously,
don't say y'all.
Not
I,
cool.
I'm
Listen,
Okay,
I
'cause
I'm
I don't do that bullshit.
But Boogie
listen.
said most men, so
In my
I'm
life,
just saying.
in
I
my
just feel
life,
like
have
it's
I
cool
Can
ever
I
that y'all
done
can
answer
do
that?
this
that.
now? Can
Yes,
I answer real quick?
Go ahead,
but go
that's
ahead.
go ahead,
cool.
Beto.
You can absolutely. That's and it's not just sexual. You could use them. Back in the day,
Oh
Boogie
Lord.
noticed.
Oh,
I would get 40 ounces out of them. Whatever it was that I needed to do at that time, you can play on that to get something that you want. So definitely, and it's not always just a sexual thing. Sometimes it's a material thing,
Bro,
and
especially when you like when you're young and broke in school and you don't have no money and
they
sometimes
do. You're like, hey,
you might need to make friends with a big girl.
yeah, and do what you got to do. But see, I particularly chose my
I'm
twenties.
just being honest.
but
Sorry.
I just think it's honestly though for a men's nature, I just think it's cool how y'all can do that.
Ryan.
Like how y'all can have
He's
the
saying it's cool.
mindset
It's
to
not
even.
cool. This guy's not real proud of it.
It's not that
No. I'm not saying cool like that.
It
I'm
is
saying
cool.
to have that mindset to just like
Not.
just to set like just be like, I'm gonna just settle here for a couple months. She ain't going like I can't do that. I
No,
don't
it
even
don't
have
be a
it in
couple
me.
months.
It'll be a
It don't be a
couple
couple
months.
months.
Nah, a
Oh
couple
yeah.
months is
It
way
don't be
too
a
Y'all
couple
long.
got
months.
me crying. Cabino
Like
OG, y'all got
today,
me crying.
No, and I did want to
like
say, like I
now.
said, I don't think it's cool. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, go out and do it. I'm saying like the fact that
It's not
I just me
funny.
It's
personally, I can't just I'd
compartmentalizing
rather
things.
go back to my mama house before I do
Listen,
all that.
I know you can't, but I want to, and I could be.
Oh
This could be
God.
extreme. This could be
Cabino
extreme.
said it's carpet.
But
Compartmentalized.
that when
One
you're
box then,
younger,
huh? Just that it? That's it?
when you're younger, I know Joe's like, oh well, he's never done that. But when you're younger, sometimes yeah, you are able to compartmentalize it, and the desire sometimes for like you talking about 19 to 23-year-old man when you're in your college years, roughly.
19 to 29. I used my whole
Okay,
20s
all
to
right,
have
all of your
fun.
20s.
Oh
I
All
didn't
right.
waste none of it.
no, seriously, how
I
y'all
dropped out of that
compartmentalize it?
earlier,
Wait,
but
how y'all compartmentalize it?
what so let me tell you, you don't think that there's plenty of
Jesus.
girls who are in long-term relationships where a guy has compartmentalized them, and that's just their chick that they only are hitting on the side, and they never take her out, they never go no. There's girls out there that complain that we don't never go out, he only come through late night, and
Okay,
that's
okay. I just never.
compartmentalizing. You're
Okay,
not.
I never. Thank you, because I was like, what is how y'all?
You
How
said
y'all?
you segment the desire to want to screw is just like the desire to want to eat sometimes for a guy. It's a biological urge, and you might not eat a certain kind of food, but if your ass is fucking starving, you eat that fucking food.
Well, y'all be
You don't be
starving.
like,
Y'all be
oh,
starving a
I'm
lot.
just gonna starve.
Y'all stay starving then,
Well,
because Lord,
when you're younger, but your sex drive doesn't necessarily stay at
Oh
that
God,
peak. Like when
not
you've
at
never
all.
had, if you've never had a penis, you don't know what it's like to have one. And the
Right.
desire to want to fuck for some men is different when they're younger. Where yeah, it's a hole in a heartbeat. Now, do they do that across the board all the time? No. But if you get into a drought, sometimes you might just hit the hit. You
It
might
was
just
just
hit the hit.
if I'm in a
funny
drought,
how
I just
y'all
won't
said
eat.
compartmentalizing. All I thought was y'all taking out a drawer, like, oh, here's Susie. Let me take out Susie. Okay,
That's
sorry.
kind of how it is, though. For
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
it is like
There's guys who have their this is just somebody I fuck, and I'm not really into them like that. Yeah.
That term, I don't know
Women
why it
have
was
that
so
shit
funny.
too.
Yeah,
Women
but
have
I've never heard nobody say they compartmentalize females like that. I just thought it was
yep,
so funny.
yep. You
I
can
mean,
Okay, now
that's
I
segment
just
said that's,
that's
you
and
can
now I'm like,
segment the
that's so
traffic.
cool.
that's that's just
No,
how
no, I'm not
a
saying
man's
No,
like
it
brain
that.
is.
isn't.
That's
I
just
know.
how a man's brain is wired, though. We
Yeah,
compartmentalize, and for women, everything connects. Everything connects for
not
y'all.
yeah, but not me though. Yeah.
For a man, think of envision the brain, and for a man, they're tiny. There's a million boxes. For y'all, ain't no boxes. Now
I
for
would
us,
agree with that.
it's boxes like a motherfucker. We
Yeah,
can close that bitch up and go to the next shit. The shit
yep.
does one thing does not impede the other. For y'all, it
Yep.
does.
Now that's not true because I know how to I just never heard it in reference to this topic, but I do know how to compartmentalize people and but not the way that they was describing it. So I am a very good person that know how to
This is kind of
compartmentalize.
off subject, but I'm curious because we're talking about compartmentalizing. What do you think about people who say just because I cheated on the person doesn't mean I don't love them?
Right, and that's why I was like, I don't know why the way that y'all was telling
Do
the
you believe
story.
that's possible? Is what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes, I do believe that's possible because
That is
women do it
possible.
too. I just never heard it in terms of what we was talking about, the way y'all said it, the way I think Calvino was the one that said it, the way he said it, it just was funny to me because I believe it, but I never heard it in terms of this, of like when
Just like
you're,
these
you know,
sneaker boxes behind me.
right,
Yeah, every sneaker
right.
ain't for
That's what,
playing ball in. You know what I'm
Every
saying?
sneaker ain't for
okay,
ball. Every sneaker
right.
ain't to go out. Everything so
Yeah.
figures.
Right. So that's why it was funny, because that's exactly what I viewed it as. Like, I never heard that term before, but then I am absolutely, it's compartmentalizing is important, but I just
Women
never
do it.
heard it.
You know who does it a
Women do
lot?
it.
Pretty women who get a lot of attention do it too. They might have a dude who they're not intention on being with him at all, but he's good for the money and taking him out and spoiling him, whatever. Then they might have the dude who is
Yep.
just coming through and busting them down, and he got the right stroke. Women do that shit too.
Just never
Yeah,
heard the
you're
term.
right.
I am in
That
my
is
younger
true.
days, I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but I did have it in the cycle. So I just never heard the term. So I have done that in my single days, when I was 20 and stuff. But I have done that. I just never heard that term in reference to it. The way y'all was described, it was good. It was like, it was cool. It's nice.
I'm glad
It's
I could
not
enlighten
nothing to
you.
be proud of, though. It's
It
wrong.
wasn't. I
It's
didn't think
wrong.
it. It's just like, it's just the way that, when y'all looking back at it, look how we was talking and how and then how you guys, it just was funny to me. But I totally
Yeah,
get it.
I mean, like
Using
I
people
said,
is
just to
wrong in
have that
general. It's just wrong,
mentality, and
but
that's
it
probably
happens.
what it is. I just feel like I can't because I don't know. I don't like hurting people. I'm
You're a
sorry.
girl. You keep
I
you're
can't.
comparing apples and oranges.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to not I'm not trying to say that it's anything else. I'm just saying I just think it's very that's the best term I can use. It's cool that men can like have they like y'all are programmed that way. Like to just be able to just fucking go, just to keep fucking and going. It's like
What do you
See?
mean? Wait. What do you mean?
no.
It is
Explain. What do you
dope
mean,
though.
fucking and
It is
going? What
kind
do
of
you mean?
dope.
And I'm being real. Like I'm not like not trying to
Yeah.
sound funny, but I'm saying like just like
No,
the fact that
it's
y'all can like really
We
like
we
just
we
like you
understand what
said,
you're
you
saying.
can
It's
just fuck a
dope.
girl, you can fuck a girl and like not and but
And
then
not be
the
mentally
girl,
attached?
yeah, and the
Yeah,
girl was,
that's
but
it's
y'all have
dope.
a lot, and it's like the girls will like be fighting each other and doing this, and y'all niggas just be sitting there like, well, goddamn, bitch,
oh god.
I only bought you some McDonald's. Goddamn, I only came over there
I
and
ain't
fixed
buying
A
no
lot,
McDonald's.
I'm saying,
a lot of
but
women
I'm saying,
understand that though, because a woman would
Oh
be
god.
upset if you are connecting with a woman emotionally and you haven't had sex with them. They still like you cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all are able to compartmentalize shit as well. A woman who sells her body is compartmentalizing like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. So, hey, so what's your final opinion on this? What's your final opinion?
Let me get mine
Do
because I'm about
do
to dip.
do
yeah, I
some
gotta
men
go too.
take advantage of overweight women or just women in general?
Absolutely,
However you want to answer it. Let's get it.
Yes.
absolutely. They
Yeah.
Yes.
definitely do. That doesn't
Hmm.
mean that they're bad guys. It's just the way things are set up. Uh, it was a joy with y'all today. Great therapy sessions towards the end, and I'll see you
Calvino.
next week.
No doubt, brother.
Bye,
Holla.
Yeah,
Calvino.
I agree too.
Love you, Covino.
And I'm about to get off also, y'all, but I do agree that men do use big women, but I also feel like they use small women too. So it could go either way.
It wasn't I was laughing at you, it's
Okay,
the way you
I
said
get
it
it.
now.
Oh no, I know you wasn't. I just,
Okay.
I just was just like,
Because I was like, it is cool that they do that, but it's
yeah,
just the way
like
you
it's
like, y'all
just,
so cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just,
That's
y'all
but
got that. It's
it's
everything's
but it is cool the way they I got it. We see it.
y'all are programmed. Y'all are programmed
Yeah.
real different.
Yeah.
All right.
Survival
Bye
Y'all
tactics.
have a good
now.
one. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Easy.
See ya.
All right. Final thoughts. What y'all got?
Yeah, I mean, men do take advantage of bigger girls at times, but of course, it's all bad, and that shit can come back to fuck you up if you're out here taking advantage of people. Because you get the wrong person, she wig out on your ass and hurt you because you was fucking playing with her emotions.
True.
You won't think shit is cool no more.
Yeah,
True.
I agree. There's still people doing that. It's
Mm-hmm.
wrong, and there's people taking advantage of other people. So we need to keep sending warnings and spreading the message. Be careful. There's people out there taking advantage of people with problems and a little bit of self-esteem issues, and so spread awareness. But yeah, there's people out there.
I get it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nate. Nate, what y'all got?
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Just need to be more aware, bring awareness to the situation so we don't repeat the cycle.
True. I agree with you. What you got, Nate?
Hey, I agree that it's not the generalization is not good. It's all women, and we just need to do better. And when it comes to it, even if you do have the power to take advantage of a female because she's insecure, you don't have to take advantage of them. And women need to learn to love themselves and say no. And not just big women, women, period. We need to stop, set up boundaries and stop settling for when we know it. Just don't sign up for whatever it is that mistreatment. If you know that somebody's using you for that purpose, so love yourself enough to be like, I'm not settling for that.
True. Okay. I agree with you. Mandalove, what you got?
And
I don't think it's just men. I think humans take advantage of anything. That's a human problem. It's not a man problem. And people, humans exploit when cost and effort is low, and our culture allows it and magnifies it. The less we have to give to get what we want, the better it is. And that applies to this situation and many, many more.
Yes.
I agree with you. I think it is a human thing. I think people do take advantage. I know men who take advantage of overweight women. I know a lot of them who do that.
I
But
think people are designed to look at insecurities or look at where what we can get, just like we're shopping for a deal. We're shopping for that in relation. Like, how much can I get and give the least? I think people do that.
Yeah, I think some people do that. I agree with you. Some people do that. Take advantage of it. And I think I agree with y'all. I think it could go either way. It ain't just overweight women, men do it, women do it. It don't matter. It's across the board. Humans do it. I think people take advantage of people, and it's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It will come back on you. Karma is a motherfucker. You feel me? And work on your self-esteem out there, so you ain't one of the people who's getting taken advantage of. So that's all I got. Anybody else got anything else?
No, this was a good one. This was a good one.
I mean, OG. Sorry.
Nah, I think it was a good one too. I appreciate everybody coming on again. I appreciate everybody showing sharing their personal stories. Like I said, I know it was hard. So once again, salute. You know what I'm saying? That is not gonna go unnoticed. Salute to y'all for sharing your personal stories out here. You know what I'm saying? Much respect. And I say it again to all the men out there that don't like women with stretch marks and because they had a cesarean and shit. Fuck y'all. Y'all ain't shit. Um, y'all got problems. Because nine times out of 10, your mom got the same type of things going on with her for pushing your dumb ass out. Yeah. So think about that while you try to hold these other women to another standard. It's just stupid. It's stupid. It shows how ignorant you are.
Amen.
So that's it. That's all I got, man. I appreciate everybody for checking us today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, peace.
Bye.
Hey, y'all.
Later.